Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get us started. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to call our meeting to order. Maritza Gonzalez Cooper is missing at the moment. However, we do have a quorum. We have Dr. Joe Tidwell, we have Garrett Wilson, Carlin Fryer, myself, Donna Sharp, Rich Senna, and Jessica Davila Burnett. We will be going into closed session pursuant to the Texas Government Code 551.074, 071, 082, to deliberate regarding matters related to employment, appointments, resignations, terminations, retirements, reassignments, and purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. So now we'll go on into closed session, and the time is still 5 o'clock.
That was quick. We can get out of here by. Third high school off to the next bond election, which will probably be in about 5 years. So it takes about 3 years to build a high school, and part of this proposed bond election is the design element of it, and that takes about a year off. So you're right, about 5 to 7 years if the voters approve and if that's what's on the next bond election.
What do you think the most important thing about school is?
I'd say take every opportunity possible to learn as much as possible and get to know as many people as possible and enjoy your time doing it. Anybody else?
What is the most important thing you guys are discussing right now?
You ready?
Well, actually, we do have a school bond election coming up in May, of which there are many components, but one of those components
is an 8th elementary school, because some of our schools are getting a little bit crowded, and I think you guys might know something about that at Van Robb Elementary. So this school, which will be built west of Interstate Highway 10, would be to relieve overcrowding, certainly future overcrowding at Kendall and Van Robb, so that we have room to grow. That's certainly one of the most important things we're talking about.
So another thing I just want to say too, we'll be discussing it today, is watching the amazing work that each and every one of you do in your learning. As I talked about, you guys are making such progress. COVID hasn't slowed you down. You just keep on going and keep on learning, and we see it, and we see the hard work. So we talk a lot about that and how best we can help you to do that. Anybody else? Yeah, come on up.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Dr. Joe.
Really fun. Plus, he was really tall and big, so I was kind of scared of him, and I listened.
And I absolutely loved history, because if you learn history, unfortunately, you see mankind quite often makes the same mistakes over and over again. But if you really learn from history, maybe you could learn something from it and avoid those. So I loved history. Still read a lot of history.
What is the way that you guys increase like attendance at school of Boerne ISD?
It's been a little bit different during COVID, because prior to COVID, we wanted everyone to come to school no matter what, basically. If you had sniffles, coughs, but during COVID, we've had to tell people if you had any of those symptoms to stay home. Our hope is, as COVID wanes and we begin to be more and more normal, we don't have to send people home for having hay fever. And so I think that will help us quite a bit as we go forward.
One more question. Anybody else? You were going to ask one, weren't you? Yeah? You don't have to. If y'all are done, that's okay. You want to ask one? Okay. Thank you so very much, everybody. We appreciate your leading us in the pledges, and have fun and learn, and we appreciate you very much.
Well, and just so everybody in the audience knows, we used to do this every meeting prior to COVID, and it was one of the things we had to cut out. That's why when everybody stopped, we had to look and see, okay, we'll try to remember what we used to do. So we're getting back, and thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you for having us. Okay, so our first item is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
A motion, and I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please say aye. Opposed, please say nay. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, Mr. Benway, fun time for accommodations.
Thank you, Madam President, Dr. Price, Board of Trustees, and our esteemed guests. If you haven't been to one of our board meetings, I say this every time. This is truly my favorite part, where we get to honor the fantastic achievements of our students and staff. So if we could get the board down here and Dr. Price so we can have our pictures afterwards. We have 9 commendations tonight. We're going to honor nearly 80 student and staff members here this evening. And our first commendation are our fantastic crest winners from Boerne ISD campuses. So come on up, counselors. Ten Boerne ISD campuses earned 2022 statewide Crest Awards from the Texas School Counselor Association. CREST stands for Counselors Reinforcing Excellence in Texas. In 2005, the Texas School Counselor Association began a program called CREST to recognize schools with outstanding counseling programs. Schools receiving CREST awards have demonstrated a commitment to using the Texas model to improve the lives and achievement of students in academic, career, and personal social domains. The Boerne ISD CREST Award winners are Boerne High School. Chrissy Poulos, Jill Harney, Megan Guidry, Jessica King, and Rebecca Mooring. From Boerne Middle School North, Ashley Despain, Ira Gordish, Nicole Saltmarsh. Boerne Middle School South, Emily Wilson, Melissa Rangel, and J.J. Gard. Voss Middle School, Denise Nipper, Annie Vasquez, Rachel Franco. Boerne Academy, Jennifer Howell, Marcy Warner, Megan Guidry, and Dana Geist. Cibolo Creek, Nelda Zuniga. Currington, Ashlyn Eckert. Fabra, Danny Vineyard, and Jennifer Howell. Herf, Cassie Keel. And Van Rob, Joni Farias, and Rachel Franco. Congratulations! And our new photographer is Mr. Ladiolis. And we'd like our Executive Director of Whole Child Services, Lisa Pritchard, to come on up as well. Let's give Lisa a round of applause.
First, I wanted to say that Boerne High School is having an event tonight where we're doing course selections right now, so they're working with parents and students individually so that they're not here because they're modeling their CREST model program. To win this award, you have to be following the Texas model, and you have to turn in artifacts and data that supports that you're doing it. And those CREST awards are judged by a panel from across the state, and it's a very rigorous process. So we're very excited. Our goal next year is to have 13 of 13 campuses. This year we had 10, so we're getting there.
Thank you. Congratulations again to our CREST winners. Our next commendation, two more statewide award winners from the Texas School Counselor Association. Not with us tonight, Boerne ISD Chief Administrative Officer Dr. Ashley Stewart was named the Counselor Advocate of the Year, while Cibolo Creek Counselor Nelda Zuniga received the Elementary Counselor of the Year Award. This is the second year in a row that Boerne ISD has won 2 statewide awards from TSCA. To qualify for these awards, nominations are made based on letters of recommendation, a rationale statement, and a resume detailing significant contributions to the field of school counseling. And I want to read this from Mrs. Pritchard about Ms. Zuniga. She implements the Boerne ISD SEL program with fidelity and creativity, tying everything she does back to the Great 8 skills, and she does it with a smile on her face. Congratulations to Mrs. Zuniga. Our next commendation are Boerne ISD's National Board Certified Educators, Fabra Elementary teachers Melanie Gahn and Tiffany Woodward. This is an extremely difficult distinction to achieve. The certification process requires that teachers demonstrate standard-based evidence of the positive effect they have on student learning in alignment with the 5 core propositions. They must exhibit a deep understanding of their students, content knowledge, use of data and assessments, and teaching practice. More than 125,000 teachers across the U.S. have achieved board-certified certification. In addition, Miss Gahn was just named the 2022 FABRA Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, ladies. Thanks for coming. Our next commendation, really excited that she's not here. That means that the Greyhounds are in the 3rd round of the playoffs, and they're playing tonight. That's Boerne girls basketball coach Amy Reedy. She celebrated her 300th win, and all of those wins are at Boerne High School. So let's say go Greyhounds tonight, and congratulations to Coach Reedy. Our next commendations are the 2022 Kendall County Junior Livestock Show champions. Come on down. This is the 2nd month in a row that we have had our champions here. Overall, nearly 40 Boerne ISD students earned the title of champion in this year's Junior Livestock Show. Students were named champions in the categories of Grand Champion, Reserve Grand Champion, Ag Mechanics, Breed Champions, and Reserve Champions. Up here are just some of the students who were a large part in helping raise over $1.5 million at the auction. And we are proud of the hard work and dedication of these ag students. And a lot of them can't be with us tonight because they're at the San Antonio Rodeo at this moment. So let's give a big hand to our champions of the stock show. Congratulations again. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you coming out tonight. Our next commendations, Boerne High School Advanced Placement students Georgia Busby and Allison Clark. Come on down, Allison. Georgia cannot be with us tonight. Georgia and Allison's work will be displayed in the Journal for Student Research, which has published articles from 1,500 students at over 400 schools across the globe. Georgia is publishing the article, The Effects of Psychological Techniques on the Performance of High School Varsity Tennis Players, while Allison is publishing the article, COVID-19 Business Impact Review. Both Georgia and Allison earned AP Capstone Diploma by completing AP Seminar, AP Research, and at least 4 other AP classes. And Georgia could not be with us tonight, but let's give Allison and her a big round of applause.
Come right over here, Allison, and we're going to take a picture with you.
Okay. Would you like me to take my mask off?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you how you feel comfortable. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Allison. Our next commendations are the 2022 Boerne ISD Spanish Spelling Bee winners. Come on down, ladies. Kendall Elementary School 5th grader Bailey Martin took first place in the elementary division, while Estrella Castro, a 6th grader at Boerne Middle School North, earned top honors in the middle school division. Martin and Castro represented Boerne ISD at the Region 20 Spanish Spelling Bee 2 weeks ago. This is a huge honor. Felicidades! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Great job, ladies. Thank you all for coming. Our next commendation, Voss teacher and coach Dustin Lazenby was named the Texas Most Outstanding Middle School Citizenship Teacher by the Texas Department of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. Coach Lazenby could not be with us tonight, but Dr. Hinojosa, if you could tell him to watch the video, we're going to clap for him right now. Congratulations, Coach Lazenby. Statewide award. All right, our final commendation, and this one we tried to do last month, but she had a stock show to do. Come on up, champion junior Maddie Barber. Maddie earned $30,500 at the Kendall County Junior Livestock Show after she showed several swine. Maddie will donate 100% of the $30,500 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, where she was treated for brain cancer from 2017 to 2018. She was diagnosed in 2017 and has been cancer-free since 2018. And if you haven't noticed, Maddie has been all over the news, both in Boerne, San Antonio, and nationally. She was on NBC, People Magazine, all of these great events. So Maddie, from all of us, great job and congratulations. Congratulations, Maddie. And that's it for our commendations tonight. Madam President, I yield the floor back to you. Thank you.
We always enjoy that so very much. So thank you all for participating with us. So Mr. Benway, are we going to be watching our Boerne Insider?
Yes, Madam President. Our Boerne Insider tonight, we're very excited to show you. It is about our digital learning cohort. We also have the Boerne Insider Limelight and a special presentation from the champion audio-visual students. So this month's Boerne Insider Short. The new Boerne ISD Digital Transformation Cohort was formed in August 2021. Their mission is to empower educators to leverage digital tools and resources which develop future-ready learners through engaging, authentic learning opportunities. The BISD Learning Specialist's role is to support and inspire teachers in effectively integrating digital tools into instructional strategies to build community and promote self-directed learning.
My role, again, is I feel like it's to offer up ideas, offer up the technology, the resources, but then turn it over to the kids, like make them own it. And like I said, they were in charge. They were the ones saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. Just giving them the opportunity to further their skills. And it was great. It was great.
It's like a hands-on project. So whenever we're like writing on paper, it's not as fun as like working together and making something fun out of it and actually sharing a really good message to other people.
The digital transformation cohort consists of 17 teachers representing each Boerne ISD campus who have implemented these practices into lessons in their classrooms to inspire and enrich their students.
They are very excited. When anybody comes in class, they want to show you everything that we're doing, and you can see when you walk in my classroom, they're very excited and they know what works best for them, and they like that there's options.
I think one of the incredible things about technology and the day in which we live is its ability to bridge those geographical gaps so that we have students who have parents that are deployed. Those parents can still tune in and watch their students' holiday concert.
Technology has just expanded anything you can do, and it's made the world a completely different place than it was, say, 10, 30 years ago. It's just completely changed society and culture to make things easier, but also to make them more accessible to everybody.
One thing is certain, the Boerne ISD Digital Transformation Cohort are trailblazers and tech leaders in our district. For more information about the Boerne ISD Digital Transformation Cohort, please visit boerneisd.net/digital-learning.
Hi everyone,
I'm Alvaro Rubio.
and I'm Ava Peru.
Today we will be interviewing a student here at Champion High School. Welcome to the student section.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Martinez. I'm a student here at Champion High School. I'm a student aide for ESL for Ms. Vela's class.
So Anna, tell us, what is an ESL class?
An ESL class is a class where students are placed that don't speak English.
Anna, tell us, what do you normally do there as a student aide?
As a student aide, I usually help with one-on-one instruction, and I also help with small group, and I read to them. We're currently reading a book called Esperanza Rising, so I usually help her teach in small groups to the kids who don't speak, who need help reading to them in Spanish. So.
How has working with these type of students helped you interact with others on a daily basis?
This experience has helped me improve a lot of my patience, and I have learned, even though some kids do need a lot of help, and it has just improved my patience.
Awesome, that's great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
This month's Boerne Insider Limelight recognizes Cody Pedraza, a 5th grader from Kendall Elementary. Cody and his family are new to the district. They came from Mooresville, North Carolina. But in his first year, Cody has made an incredible impression on his teachers and his fellow students. His teachers say that he is an amazing kid as well as a top-notch student. Cody is involved in many after-school activities such as robotics, choir, golf, and the GT program. Of his many passions, Cody enjoys making movies with his younger brothers and his classmates at school. He creates stop-motion films, which is the buzz around the campus and around the nation in certain publications. Cody is not afraid to stand up for what is right, and he is a very loyal friend. When he sets a goal, he accomplishes it. The sky is the limit for Cody Pedraza. Congratulations to our Boerne Insider Limelight, Cody Pedraza from Kendall Elementary School. We're proud of that episode for a couple reasons. One, the middle video you saw was produced by the Champion Audio Visual students. And I'd like to call up Anna Martinez. Come on up, Anna. Many of you know her from a lot of things around the district. And Anna, you did a great job in that. And the board might want to ask you some questions in a little bit. And we also want to call up Cody Pedraza. Come on up, Cody. Cody's here tonight. And Cody's teachers are here. Miss Trzynski and Miss Padwika are here as well. And we want to make sure we recognize the champion hosts of the student section, Ava Peru and Alvaro Rubio, who I don't believe are here with us, but they did such a great job. Madam President, Dr. Price, Board of Trustees, do you have any questions for our two outstanding students tonight?
So Cody, I'll start with you. You are a busy young man, and you are seizing all those opportunities out there between robotics and golf and choir and film and your academics. How do you do it all?
Well, I've got to use time management. My dad always tells me to use your time wisely, and so I have to schedule out how to do everything, like do golf for 30 minutes, and then I would do robotics and my homework and all of that.
Doesn't sound like you're wasting any time. Anybody else?
Anna, I was going to ask you a question. What do you like best about participating in the ESL program?
Say that one more time, sir.
So what do you like best about participating in the ESL program?
I really like working with the students, and I figured out that doing this is going to be my future career, being an ESL teacher.
That's awesome. Well, you're a leader on your campus. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure.
Cody, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Why? I would like to be a doctor, and I would like to be it because I want to help so many people, and I want to improve technology and help people every day.
Awesome.
I have a question for each of you. Anna, are you a senior?
Yes, sir. I'm currently a senior.
Okay. Do you think you might want to come back someday and teach in Boerne?
Yes, sir. I'm actually going to apply for instructional aid position when I graduate. But yes.
Okay, wonderful. And Cody, how do you like Texas compared to North Carolina?
Well, Texas is much bigger than North Carolina, and I like the different, the variety of things. Like it has a variety of restaurants, a variety of schools, and I like that it is big and has a lot of a variety of things.
Well, Cody, I think that your personality matches Texas.
Thank you.
Anna, I have a question for you. You had mentioned that this process has taught you a lot of patience. Can you just tell us a little bit about that journey and what that has meant to you?
Well, this has meant to me, the kids do, like I said in the video, do require a lot of patience because they are learning English. But, and I'm a patient person, but God has taught me more patience when I'm teaching and when I'm working with small groups with Ms. Vela. And I'm just amazed on how she's giving me such a great opportunity, and just amazing how y'all have helped me through this journey as well.
You know, Anna, it takes a very special person to be a teacher. We have very many special teachers here, so I commend you for your choice. You'll be wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Benway, I just want to thank you and your team of teams in putting all of these things together. What a wonderful opportunity to get a look-see into these amazing things that we're doing here in BISD and the amazing students and support that we have. So thank you for highlighting that.
It's our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay, next on our agenda, consider action regarding items discussed in closed session. We have no action items. Next is visitor comments. I have no one listed on our visitor comment list. So that will take us to our consent agenda. And I'd like to ask the board if anybody has a motion to approve the consent agenda as is.
Second.
Motion, and I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in the favor of the motion, please say aye. Any opposed, please say nay. Motion passes 7-0. So now that takes us to governance. So at this time, I'll just go through our list of committees that the board members serve. And legislative, Rich and Jessica. Okay. Carlin and Garrett, how about, oh, wait.
Jessica had a good point. Said there's no legislative update, but everybody should get out and vote. Yeah.
But, okay.
As practice for May 7th.
Carlin, Garrett, how about Finance Committee?
Since we had a budget committee meeting, we did not have a finance committee meeting.
Okay. Dr. Tidwell, Technology. Maritza, Boerne Education Foundation.
So make sure your calendars are marked for March 26th. And if you know of anyone who is interested, maybe buying a table, twist some arms if you need to, you know, to get them to buy a table. No, we've actually done really, really well with selling tables, and a lot of companies have already stepped up, so we appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing everyone then.
Okay, and as far as the Program Evaluation Committee, I know that the folks are looking at a professional learning day for elementary campuses so that we have more opportunities for learning, so we're adding that. And then we have our current program has been evaluated. It's not up to par, so we're going to end up moving to a new program that has been evaluated, vetted, and we anticipate it's going to provide us more of what we need to help, especially our K through 5 and 6 through 8s and grade students, and Algebra 1. And then we also received a counselor update. We got recognition for our counselors, and took a look at our student counselor session data, which our counselors are very busy supporting our students. And evidence shows that there's a direct impact of our grade 8 skills on that. So let's see. Next we have, I guess, not a facilities meeting. So then safety and communications, anything there? Okay. Rich, transportation? He always laughs.
Well, because I think sometime by the end of the millennium, we'll have a report. No, we've had a couple meetings. Actually, the Transportation Committee, after a lengthy round of studying, is starting to discuss some of the more controversial topics with a hope that within 3 months there's a report to be given to the commissioners, county commissioners, and city council, both Fair Oaks Ranch and Boerne, with recommendations for prospective road actions. And once again, I want to say that I think the folks from BISD, Henry Acosta, John Ramirez, did a really, really good job explaining, our view towards transportation and the role that we can play in helping to reduce traffic. And I think it gave them, a good sense of what we're all about. So I'm glad we were represented in that process.
We appreciate you representing us, of course. Okay, Dr. Price.
Most of Brian's team is at conference this week, and we did receive news that part of that conference is they are allowed to submit work from this year, and they submitted, help me with the number, 11, and
Yes, sir. We submitted 11 awards, and we won all 11 awards. So we're very pleased with that. And BEF submitted 3 awards, and they won all 3 awards. So 14 statewide awards from those 2 departments will be awarded tomorrow night. So we're very excited about that.
and that's all.
Okay, then up next, Ms. Flores, you're going to go over progress monitoring of district data and also advanced academics.
Yes, good evening, Madam President, Dr. Price, and members of the board. Tonight I come to you with an update of students' progress monitoring measures in the areas of reading and math, and this information ties in directly to our scorecard and our goals under student success. Starting with K through 8 reading, our online program that measures progress is iStation. One of our scorecard goals is to decrease the number of students K through 8th grade from Tier 3 reading levels by 2% by May of 2022. As you can see in this chart, it shows the percentages of students scoring in either Tier 1, 2, or 3, and the difference from our September testing. Remember that Tier 3 students are those that need the most targeted interventions for learning. As you can see under Tier 3, what you want to see is a decrease. and an increase of Tier 1. As compared to our beginning of year for Tier 3 data of 16%, we are now at 15%, so we are making progress in that area. And our Tier 1 has increased by 4% as a district average. I will also note that last year, our beginning of year Tier 3 percentage was 18%, so we're starting this year in a better position. We are continuing to have students review specific skills, and our teachers are working diligently by creating targeted student interventions using this data. This graph breaks the previous data that I just showed you by grade level. We did see an increase in Tier 3 with our kindergarten students, a decrease in grades 1 through 6, and a no change in grades in 7 and 8. But after the 3-week holiday break, there was an increase in the Tier 3% average, but this has already been dropped. We do test monthly, and our February percentages are showing a decrease in that, so that's good.
Question, when you look at second and third grade, that's a dramatic decrease. Is that when you would expect the biggest decrease in like grades 1 through 3?
We have seen that in last year as well. Okay. So the data is pretty steady there. For middle school, though, we saw no change in grades 7th and 8th, but there was no change in between tiers, but there was growth within the tiers for our 7th and 8th grade students. So again, a decrease in Tier 3 of 1% and an increase in Tier 1 by 4%, which is what we're looking for. Our reading inventory program for grades 8 through 12 is called Read 180. What we did is we extracted the data for those students that were in the program since August for middle and high school. And you can see the amount of growth in Lexile scores with our middle school students having an average of 278-point gain, and for our high school students, a 520-point gain. Now, we do use these courses at the high school, this course, to meet our House Bill 4545 needs for those students who did not pass. And so we do have students who are transient in between those, in and out of this course. But for those that are in there, since the beginning of the year, we have seen some Lexile growth. Our online program that measures progress for K through 8 math is Imagine Math. So the top chart shows where students scored as compared to the STAR measure categories: did not meets, approaches, meets, and masters. The second chart shows the progress from September. So we want to see is exactly what we have here is a decrease in the did not meets and increases in the approaches, meets, and masters. Every time we test from beginning, middle, and end of year, we want to see at least a 50-point gain, and on average, we saw a 77-point gain.
So a question on that. This is based on sort of like the STAR, what they'll take in
They take quantile reports, and then they measure it against where they would land on the STAR test for those performance measures.
We've got another couple of months, don't we?
Absolutely.
So these should improve substantially.
Yes. This next slide shows our campus data by campus. The blue is the did not meets, the red is the approaches, green is the meets, and purples is masters. I did want to note, as President Sharp mentioned earlier, we implemented Imagine Math back in January of 2020. And although the program and the data that we've received from it has served our purpose up to this point, we have had a careful evaluation, and we have determined that this program is no longer meeting our needs. One, we are desperately in need of a math intervention program for our high school algebra students. Two, we are needing a system that's more user-friendly. And 3, we need a program that gives our teachers the autonomy to select skills-based lessons. So in the coming months, I'll be bringing some recommendations forward for the replacement programs. So how do we use this data? We use this data all the time to create target groups for interventions and individualized plans for all students. Teachers continue to use it to address learning gaps. So in summary, overall, we are seeing growth of our students. Our teachers and our administrators have worked tirelessly to work with these students, and it obviously shows. Any questions?
Just a statement about the targeted learning. And I know it must be challenging because of these measurements and everything staff must do to make these numbers and so forth available. And it's not just about a number, we all know that, but this helps us target, teach, and get these children to decrease their gaps. And that's why we're doing so much better despite COVID, because of all the work and the participation in making this work for behalf of the students. So thank you.
You know, and I was in a first grade class a couple weeks ago, and I was asked to test a young student on his reading skills. The teacher was testing someone else. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I watched the kid read. And apparently he's new to the district, apparently didn't know his alphabet when he came into first grade. And now he's like, I forget at what level, but he's like on grade level, and it was doing a very nice job reading. So in a matter of 5 months in our district, he went from not knowing the alphabet, all of the alphabet, to reading well. And I mean, I could tell the one-on-one attention that goes in. It's great. And he was smiling. He was a very confident young kid who probably wouldn't have been so confident, 6 months ago. So good work.
Thank you. Next, we have the Advanced Academics Report, which will be delivered by Ms. Cindy Bills.
Hello, Ms. Bills.
Good evening. How are you? This evening, we're going to focus on student success and the CCMR goal to increase the number of students who are college, career, and military ready to 85% by the year 2025. When we look at the CCR indicator, it is used in our accountability as well as our outcome bonus, and we're going to talk a little bit about the outcome bonus this evening. When we look at the outcome bonus, the college criteria is that the students must meet the TSIA criteria and enroll in post-secondary immediately following high school or earn an associate's degree. The other one for career is they have to meet the TSIA criteria and complete an IBC or a level 1 or 2 certificate. And then, of course, our military indicator is temporarily suspended. Excuse me. The bonus for graduates above the threshold, on our CCMR outcome bonus, it's paid each annual graduate in each of the 3 criterias above the minimum threshold, and you'll see those thresholds below. 24% for non-economically disadvantaged, a $3,000 bonus per student. 11% for economically disadvantaged, and that's a $5,000 bonus per student. And of course, for special ed, it's anyone above is $2,000. So for the class of 2020, we had 80 students who were economically disadvantaged, 596 non-economically disadvantaged, and 46 special ed students. The criteria, we had college ready, we had 347, and the career criteria, we had 13, and that was due to COVID, with us not having enough students take IBCs that year. And so for our outcome bonuses, you can see there we had 10 students above in the economically disadvantaged, which gave us $50,000, 217 non-economically disadvantaged, which was $651,000, and 2 SPED above the threshold for $4,000. And when we talk about TSI A2, we've focused on that a lot in the last few months, school year, about getting some of our students TSI ready. We've done a larger scale to meet our ultimate goal for CCMR goals. And it opens up opportunities for all students to take dual credit while in high school. We even have some freshmen currently taking some dual credit courses because they're TSI ready. So in preparing to do this school year, we are testing all 8th graders with TSI. We currently had 370 8th graders tested in January. Of those students, 38 are TSI ready in ELA. We did not test them in math yet. We're just doing the ELA. Yes, sir. And the other half of the 8th grade class will test in late April. For the high school this year, they're testing students who were, at the beginning of the year, they tested 12th graders who were not TSI ready to help prepare them for the school year. And then we have started the process of testing students who are taking dual credit for next school year. So currently, there's only been about 138 students tested, but that's ongoing throughout the spring semester. And 50 of those students were college ready in all areas. For dual credit, as you know, we've increased our opportunities for our students by adding UT on-ramps this school year. For our students, we had students enroll in the writing and rhetoric as well as U.S. history. And so we had an increase of 556 students who earned 1,902 college credits this fall semester. So it's an increase of 133 students who enrolled in at least one dual credit course for this school year. New opportunities for dual credit. Of course, we're going to continue our partnership with Alamo Colleges. With Angelo State, we're able to offer the core 42 hours for our students because they can take those either in person or online. We also are offering more UT on-ramps courses this year. We did offer the rhetoric and writing, U.S. history, college algebra, and physics 1 this past year, but the college algebra and physics did not make. So we're offering those again this year with also the addition of the pre-calculus course. And of course, our new opportunity with the P-TECH Academy, our students will be able to take dual credit courses their freshman year.
And as a reminder, the 42 core hours is very, very important because by earning all 42, that allows you to transfer to any state school, and they have to accept those as your usually freshman, sophomore classes. And prior to that, or if you don't get the full 42, it becomes negotiable, and you can take a class, but it may end up being one of your electives. So the best way for us to coach our students into getting the best opportunity and best money in this is to get those full 42 core hours.
All right. Any questions?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Okay.
On the dual credit, I just noticed, is it a function of the teachers that we have like Bernie's got a lot more of the UT on-ramp versus Angelo State? Is that because of who we have as teachers, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So our courses that are through Northwest Vista or Angelo State in person, our teachers have to be credentialed as adjuncts through those institutions. But for UT on-ramps, we can send our teacher to UT and they train them for 2 weeks, and they do not have to have their master's to participate in that program.
Great, okay. And then the bonus, was that for last year, the College Career Military Readiness?
Yes.
So I know that's part of House Bill 3. So, class of 2020.
Because it's lags a year.
There's a lag. So they determine later how we did, and then the bonus gets paid in the year when it's determined? Is that how does that work, How does that work, Wes? Do you know?
Sir?
This bonus, the $705,000, because I know it's part of House Bill 3 to
Yes.
increase college career military readiness. If that's from the 2020 school year, does the bonus get sent to us in the 21-22 school year? How does that work?
They'll pay it based on the 1920 results, and they'll update it as those years progress. So we'll get payments, to the extent that it goes up or down. We'll get increases or decreases in our state funding after the fact.
After the fact?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we thought we had, let's say, a balanced budget with no surplus at the end of the year, and now all of a sudden we get more than we thought, we would go out back and change what our finish was for the year.
Yeah, we'll recognize it in the year we receive it. But
Recognize in the year we receive it. Okay. All right, good.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Okay, so the action section. Ready to hear some financial information.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. I've since it's last on the docket, I want to change this to the after-hours section of the board meeting. The kids have gone home. It's time to talk about things we don't talk about around them, the mysterious and alluring world of school finance. You have before you the results of operations through January. So we're 7 months into our fiscal year. As far as the performance in the general fund, everything is within expectation, and we're still on a tight budget, monitoring ADA on a regular basis. We'll know a little bit more about how we're doing at the end of this week, which will be the end of the fourth 6 weeks. But in the meantime, I don't have a lot to say about the general fund. We do have as far as the results of operations for any of the other funds, the larger items in this month's report is going to be the budget amendment for child nutrition. We added $340,000 for to keep the child nutrition fund break even. We added revenues and expenditures. The driver was non-payroll expenditures to allow the child nutrition to buy the food that they need to provide the level of meals that we're serving this year. So you'll see that we are on track to make through January. It's a $715,000 profit so far is the estimate at this point in time, and they're continuing to blow it out of the water. It's a shame that the seamless summer option is going to end June 30th. But the other item that is of note in this month's report is the tax collections. At this point in time, any property taxes levied for the 21 tax year are considered delinquent. We've collected about 94% of our levy. That's about 1/10 of a percentage over what we've collected in the past. And at this time, I will entertain questions and recommend that you
under the